Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest-rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, this 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air,
and electrical.
When your business is ready for its next move, I'm here to help make it happen. I'm Corey Vandeweghe, Commercial Loan Officer at Midwest Bank on 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Lincoln is full of bold ideas and hardworking business owners, and I'm proud to support the people driving that progress. Whether you're launching something new or investing in growth, I'll work with you to find lending solutions that move your business forward. Swing in anytime. I'd love to hear what you're building. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $195 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1009974. $195 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10,000 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 8/31/26.
Iconic summer moments deserve an iconic drink. Reach for Mountain Dew, an American original. From its beginnings in the foothills of Tennessee to your biggest summer yet. The refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew is the perfect companion to your American summer adventures. Enjoy the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Tasting great since 48. Look for Mountain Dew in stores near you at mountaindew.com. That's mountaindew.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped and picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Hour 1 of Old School is sponsored by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome in. It is Old School here on a Tuesday. Austin Orman with you, efforting Jay Foreman. Told me he would be along before too long, so we will hope that he is able to join via stream here throughout the course of the show. 402-464-5685 402-464-5685. If you want to be a part of the show, you can certainly do so. You can join the conversation at 402-464-5685. That is the number. 2-hour starter Heyman Jewelers text line. A big thank you to Graham Tire Company for their sponsorship of Old School. Graham Tire Company is celebrating 75 years of serving the Midwest. They're more than just tires. They do all kinds of car and light truck repairs, too. From brakes to oil changes, trust Graham Tire for service you can count on. It's Graham Tire getting you to the places that matter most. Should be a fun 3 hours lined up for you. Talk plenty of Major League Baseball trade deadline here in hour one. Plenty of Nebraska volleyball at Big Ten Media Day yesterday. DP and Harrison back in town. Excited to catch up with them, get their thoughts about how the event went. We'll certainly be playing some audio from Nebraska head coach Danny Busboom Kelly and Setterberg and Riley middle blocker Andy Jackson. That'll be coming your way in hour two, and plenty more across the third hour of the show. Again, 402-464-5685. Who is your Major League Baseball team? How do you think they did at the trading deadline? Wrapped up, let's do some quick math, about 15 hours ago or so. 14 hours ago? 16? I don't know. Not quite, a little over 12 hours ago, at the very least. 5 o'clock Central yesterday. So actually that would be 16 hours ago, if my math is correct. Sorry, it's hard to do math in the mornings, just as hard as it was in the afternoons. But again, who's your MLB team? How do you think they did at the Major League Baseball trade deadline? Give them a grade. Give them your favorite move, your least favorite move, whatever it is. You can drop that on the text line. As for my reaction to the Royals, I wanted to be mad. I truly, honestly wanted to be disappointed and upset with the way they handled the trade deadline. I'm not sure I can quite get there. I'm working on being more patient. I'm working on wait and see. I'm working on benefit of the doubt, but I was not thrilled with what it was the Royals did. Chris said, I'm a Cubs fan, and they did a fantastic job. We can go ahead and go through what the Cubs did. And it was a busy deadline for the Chicago Cubs, certainly. They were able to go out and get a bunch of different pieces. And I think it's a successful trade deadline. In fact, the Athletic gives them the number 4 spot in terms of the buyers, and their grade was an A-. They get David Peterson from the Mets, Aaron Savali from the Athletics, all just for one-for-ones. Kevin Gossman trade, fascinating one. That's a guy whose peripheral numbers still check out underneath the surface for the Blue Jays, coming off their World Series appearance last year, pushing the Dodgers to the brink, 1 out away from winning the World Series, but the Dodgers ultimately come back and win it. Kevin Gossman was a huge piece of that team. His numbers would tell you that, yeah, he's having a down year, but his peripherals, his advanced numbers would tell you, hey, he's pretty much the same guy. And that's a guy who relies a lot on his fastball splitter combination. They're able to pick him up for Ty Southacene and Brett Bateman, who have a combined 6 home runs in multiple years of experience down at the minor league level. So a couple of, slap hitters, a couple of high on base players, all for a guy that should headline the Cubs rotation. They get Braxton Garrett from the Marlins. He's a fun piece, a fun pickup. Ryan Zefferjon from the Angels. Now they do give up Moises Ballesteros and Mason McGuire. Now Ballesteros was a guy that was a top 5 prospect, pretty consensus for the Cubs at the catcher position. Cubs are pretty set back there right now. Ballesteros was a guy that was in a lot of trade conversations last year. Cubs finally pulled the trigger on moving him. They also get Clay Holmes and Tyrone Taylor, all for the price of Jefferson Rojas. Holmes has been kind of up and down in his career, but better over the last couple of years. And Taylor's a little bit of a journeyman. He's had some moments in the bigs as well. That's a pretty darn good deadline for the Cubs, Chris. I can see why it is you're feeling pretty well about what the Cubs did. Taylor probably won't start in terms of the outfield, but Gossman's going to slot right in. Holmes is going to slot right in. Zefferjon is bullpen reinforcements. And so do I think the Cubs end up passing the Brewers? We'll have to see. I think that for the Cubs, their 10-game win streak immediately followed up by their 10-game losing streak gives me a little bit of pause, or pause, as my old co-host would say, about whether or not I believe in them to end up winning the division. But if they're able to ride that heater here through the month of August and see what happens down the stretch in September and October, I like where the Cubs are at. I really do. We'll see if Pete Crow Armstrong can keep it up. I think that the Cubs are the ultimate example this year of play your best baseball at the best time. You catch the Cubs on the right week, you might sweep them. Catch the Cubs on the wrong week, and you'll probably end up losing pretty big. Kansas Randy says, I'm just irritated with the Royals. Made no moves to improve for next year. Thank you for the setup, Randy. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the text. And I think irritated is a good way to describe how I would feel about the Royals. Now, they didn't do what I wanted them to do. They didn't do everything that I thought they could do. And now they better be right. I wanted to be upset. I wanted to say, you didn't do enough. You didn't do the obvious stuff. You didn't do the logical things. But maybe they did. Looking at the write-ups that I've been reading, Jim Bowden writes for The Athletic, it's been a disappointing season for the Royals, and with little to sell at the deadline, they just weren't able to help their future much. And Stephen Nesbitt writes, the Royals operated sensibly at this trade deadline. They did what teams with bad records but reasonable hopes for next season do at this time of year. They sold what needed to be sold and held the rest. Jesse the Plumber, we'll get to your guards coming up here in just a minute. But while we're on the Royals, obviously we are Lincoln's home for the Royals. Man, the deadline for the Royals looked like this. Lane Thomas and Bailey Falter are out to Atlanta. They return Lucas Braun and Carter Holton. Braun is a mid-rotation upside type of arm, kind of a new Seth Lugo, and Holton is coming off an injury in his recent past. So 2 arms for a system that's pretty depleted, that doesn't have many guys in the upper minors, AA and AAA, to come fill the holes with all the injuries that the Royals have going on. They trade Chris Bubich to the Dodgers for Carlos Duran. Bubich obviously had a stellar year in 2024, started out 2025 fine, got banged up as well. Or 24, sorry, he comes back from injury. He was great in 2025, and then he's banged up a little bit this year with the shoulder issue, a little bit of an elbow issue. But the Dodgers say, you know what, we can take a flyer. Here's a reliever with 5 years of control for the Royals there in Carlos Duran. Big dude. I think he's 6 feet 7 inches tall. Can really sling it, right? A lot of velocity, wipeout slider. Has, I think, 61 strikeouts in 42 innings, but about that many walks as well. And so, kind of a bit of a wild horse out there in the bullpen. If the Royals are able to harness the stuff, can he be what they've wanted Steven Cruz to develop into? And all for the price of a guy that, they would have been interested in extending, but probably, or signing a new contract with in free agency because they weren't able to come to, a clean resolution through the arbitration process. Bubich got his money and that was that, but no extension for him. He's had some injuries over the recent history as well. And I can understand the Royals not wanting to extend him. So getting anything for Chris Bubich as an expiring arm at the deadline, hey, good job. You did it. And then the Royals also trade for Nolan Hoffman, a guy that was DFA designated for assignment by the Phillies. And that to me is just like the Nate Pearson trade that they pulled off, last week, a couple weeks ago, a guy that was on his way out. And when guys are getting DFA'd or being DFA'd, you can still swing a minor trade for them to keep them off of the waiver wire. And so the Royals saw enough of what they liked out of Nate Pearson, enough of what they liked out of Nolan Hoffman, who to me strikes me as new John Schreiber, a little bit bigger guy than Schreiber, but that kind of funky arm angle coming from the right side. Except here's the issue. John Schreiber's an expiring contract, and the Royals didn't trade him. Okay, you have your replacement for Schreiber, maybe for next year, but why not flip him for anything? No, Schreiber's numbers aren't good. No, you wouldn't have gotten a bunch for him. And we'll get to this later, but Schreiber wouldn't have been asked to play the same role on other teams. He would have filled in the gaps. He would have been, more of the mortar than the brick for some other bullpens. And so I think they could have gotten something for him. Even Starling Marte is supposedly a name that plenty of teams were kicking the tires on. The Royals have been big on veteran leadership over the last few years. It's why they signed Adam Frazier. It's why they held on to Adam Frazier. And it's why they traded for Adam Frazier, to bring some stability and some presence to the clubhouse as an older, more veteran type of player. But you're not able to move off your expiring guys in Schreiber and Marte. Don't love it. Is it the end of the world? No. But for a team like the Royals in their position, not just in terms of their record this year as they move forward to next year, but also in their position as a small market team, those expiring contracts are the ones that you have to flip. You can maybe re-sign them in free agency next year. Say, hey, we'll be interested in negotiating with you and bringing you back, but we have to maximize what we can do for the team. So we're going to trade you, and we would love to have you back. If you sign with us, cool. Would love it. But if not, hey, that's the business. they also didn't move off of their guys with control. You think about a guy like Alex Lang, who has been in and out of the closer role now that he was at all expected to be there. You think about Daniel Lynch, a reliever with a year and change of control. We saw guys with less control and less production than Lynch go for more than you might thought, and the Royals weren't in on that. And then, of course, the Royals don't move Michael Wacha and Seth Lugo. And we got some comments from Royals general manager JJ Piccolo on that. It's about a 2-minute soundbite that I think is worth listening to in its entirety. JJ Piccolo was on with media talking about the trade deadline, what they did and didn't do. Let's go ahead and hear from Royals general manager JJ Piccolo in the aftermath of the trade deadline for the Kansas City Royals.
I was told of those reports. I think that was definitely overstated. That there's a lot of interest and we're turning down discussions. That's not how it happens. There were teams that are interested in Wacha and Lugo. And what we just explained to clubs is with the core of players that we have coming back in 26 and that we need starting pitching. We hold those guys in high esteem and we value them quite a bit. But if you have great interest in them, please come to us and talk to us about it. Some clubs chose to have some more discussions. Some clubs chose not to, so I don't know how they value those players. There was obviously a lot of other pitchers that were traded today. I think the big takeaway that I think it's important to understand, you trade a Michael Wacha, you trade a Seth Lugo, you're going to get prospects back, which is not a bad thing, but it also depends on where your team's timeline is. And right now, with the injuries we've suffered this year, we're going to be active trying to build a starting rotation up, given the injuries we have, the guys who won't be available, for the better part of next year. So we got a lot of work to do to try to rebuild the pitching staff. So getting prospects back that are 3 years away, 4 years away, wasn't that exciting to us. But it doesn't mean we weren't going to listen. It just never got to the point where, I would categorize it as great interest. There was some interest, but there wasn't great interest in that. So if we were able to, get a bat, get another arm in return that are already in the major leagues, that's a different discussion. But when we're a team that's not in contention right now, and you're dealing with teams that are in contention, the last thing they want to do is really take off of their major league team. So that makes it a difficult match.
Lots there from Royals general manager JJ Piccolo speaking with Kansas City media. I think it was Rob Collins who provided that audio on Twitter. And the things that stood out to me in that quote from JJ Piccolo, discussions and interest were overstated. Understandable, right? Wacha's, again, peripheral numbers say he kind of is what he is at this point. He's a filler. He's not a top of the rotation guy. Michael Wacha has had a bit of a resurgence the last 4 years, but by the end of his contract, he'll be pushing 40, and he's a guy with control. So the Royals would be looking for a bigger offer. And you heard in there, the Royals didn't want arms that were 3 or 4 years away, which is what the Royals have right now in Kendry Churio and David Shields down in the lower minors. I believe both those guys are in high A ball right now. Doesn't really match up with the timeline because the Royals think they can compete in 2027. That's great. I would love it. Royals fans would love it if the Royals were competitive in 2027. Now, there's no guarantee of winning a World Series, and that's not what he's getting at, but challenging for the division, holding a wild card spot, making it to the playoffs for the first time since 2024, and before that, it was since 2015. That's great if the Royals say they want to contend. I would love it if they did contend next year. But at some point, what evidence do we have that 2024 wasn't the fluke? 2023 was bad. Obviously led to Dayton Moore getting let go the year before that, and JJ Piccolo in his first year wasn't able to do too much. So then, guess what? Got to flip it. Got to turn it around. And the Royals had one of the best turnarounds in baseball history, a 30-win improvement from 56 wins to 86 wins. Not just a playoff appearance, but a playoff series win. The Royals won the wild card round over the Baltimore Orioles. And then last year, they were on the precipice of the playoffs. I think they won, 82-80 is what the final record was. But, couldn't get over the hump. Offense wasn't good enough. Starting pitchers started going down with injuries, and it's a borderline miracle. The Royals were able to piece together what passed for contention for as long as they did. And so you can talk yourself into 2024 as the launching point. Hey, we've seen what this group or a similar group can look like. We like what we've added since 2024 in the form of Carter Jensen, in the form of Jack Caglione, maybe Isaac Collins, playing a role in there as well. You saw a breakout from Michael Garcia in 24 and 25. You know what Vinny Pasquantino is at this point, right? You think that he's steady. And you've seen Michael Massey stay healthy. But I think that what Kansas Randy is saying here, now I like those pitchers, but Father Time is undefeated. They're both 35 plus, need some younger arms. You can just blow a fastball by someone. The Royals don't have a lot of that because so much of that 2024 staff was the best year of Lugo's career, the best year of Reagan's career, and guys stepping up around him, right? Waka was who he was. You got a decent year from Brady Singer, who then might have pitched once or maybe didn't pitch at all in the playoffs that year. I don't want to say it was smoke and mirrors, but right now, 2024 is the exception because 2025, they weren't good enough. Injuries, included and decided at the same time. And this year clearly has gone off the rails. And I want to see the vision for the Royals contending in 2027. But like you heard JJ Piccolo say, they have some work to do. They're going to have to rebuild their starting rotation. Michael Wacha, Seth Lugo, Noah Cameron. That's what you can likely count on being in the rotation right now. Well, like Kansas Randy was saying, Wacha and Lugo are going to be, 37 and 38 by the end of their contracts? Okay, kind of smoke and mirrors. Not the way of baseball right now. If you can make it work and that's your market inefficiency, so be it. But did those guys help you beat the Yankees? No, who are still the measuring stick in a lot of ways in the American League. Noah Cameron has been really up and down, had a stellar, rookie year last year, and then has oscillated back and forth between looking like an ace and completely losing it for the Royals this year. Ryan Bergert is on the IL with forearm tightness. Stephen Kolek is a non-prospect who is pitching well, but guess what? He's hurt too. Cole Reagans, probably a move to the bullpen in his future because you can't trust him to stay healthy. Chris Bubich, now off the roster. And can any of you name a single guy in AA or AAA that seems like they would be ready to come up and help this team next year? You can't. So you're dipping into free agency for a starting pitcher. Or is this the offseason where the Royals trade Vinny Pasquantino for starting pitching help? They had a deal potentially on the table at the trade deadline a couple of years ago, or a few years ago now, for Edward Cabrera, who ends up with the Cubs. But the Royals didn't pull the trigger on it. Well, Vinny's part of the core. Are we sure we know what the Royals core is? Because as I see the Royals core, there are 3.5 guys. It's Bobby Witt Jr. for 27, 28, 29, and 30 before the opt-out start. I think Caglione and Carter Jensen are coming along and can be pieces. And then from there, you hope Michael Garcia is a piece. But, whether it's injury or regression, he hasn't been quite the same player. Good defensively. But is he more valuable to the Royals as a third baseman or some other team as a shortstop? Is Isaac Collins a core piece? I think on a playoff team, he's a third outfielder, maybe a fourth outfielder. Kyle Isbell is about to be gone. Again, aging out and defense falls off fast in center field. Is Jack Caglione a right fielder long-term? It's great that he has, maybe more position versatility than you would have thought going into the draft. And I give Brian Bridges and his staff a lot of credit for that. But is he best in right field or first base? He's been a little injury prone, right? Maybe not full injury, but he's had to take some days off, right? Diving, running into the wall in the outfield hasn't been good for his shoulders. I think he even, might have, stretched his groin a little bit, stretching at first base. And maybe that's just part of the risk. But I don't think the Royals can be so committed to this core because you have 1 year of evidence that they can be decent to good, not elite. And that's too bad because I really enjoy Vinny Pasquantino, the dude. I think he's been great for the clubhouse. Obviously, he's really tight with Bobby Witt Jr., and that's a good guy to keep around. But at some point, it's a business. At some point, you have to know that this guy is what he is. Michael Massey, are you sure he's going to stay healthy? It's a guy that's dealt with back injuries his entire career. He's been relatively healthy this year. He's been in more regular action. But, do you need to find a platoon partner for him? I think if you go around the diamond, the Royals have catcher figured out with Jensen, the primary part of the platoon next year with Salvador Perez. I think you have Pasquantino and Caglione at first base. Can you get a right-handed bat? Do you need a platoon guy at second base with Massey? Is that Nick Lofton? Is he on the roster? Can you do better? Bobby Witt Jr. is entrenched at shortstop. Michael Garcia for now is at third base. And then the outfield's completely unsettled. Again, it's Caglione and who in right field? Do you trust Kyle Isbell and or John Ray in center field? And is Isaac Collins good enough to be an everyday left fielder? Maybe if he's batting 7th through 9th in your lineup. But I'm just not sure the Royals are in contention right away, at the end of the year without some trades, without plenty of free agency. Oh, and we haven't even mentioned the bullpen yet that ranks 29th in baseball. And that's, maybe simpler to fix on the fly, but the Royals thought they did that this year. Guess what? They didn't. Even last year, it was a little bit shaky. It was wavering. And so as much as I want to believe, as much as I want to appreciate what it is the Royals are doing and believing in their guys, at some point the evidence piles up. This core hasn't been good enough, either due to injuries or underperformance relative to expectations. The farm system help that they have, the Brian Bridges draft guys, are too far away at this point to help next year. And the Royals have just refused to follow the successful small market models in Milwaukee, in Tampa Bay, and in Cleveland. And I want them to be right. I really, truly do. And that's why I don't want to bury J.J. Picollo, because I don't want to be reactionary. But you can only zig while other teams zag for so long. And I'll land here before we go to break. I think J.J. Picollo painted himself into a corner. It's playoffs or bust next year. Plain and simple. It's playoffs or bust. Because the Royals had the opportunity to say, hey, 26 didn't go the way we wanted due to injuries. We got off to a bad start, and then we got injured and couldn't dig our way out of the hole. Okay, baseball happens. Now, it's 2 years in a row of injuries, and it's 2 years in a row of starting slow. If the Royals don't make the playoffs next year, then J.J. Picollo wasted a golden opportunity presented by failure. 27 is only so important because the Royals right now are on the verge or on the precipice of wasting their best position player since Carlos Beltran. With no disrespect to players that I loved, in Alex Gordon, in Lorenzo Cain, Eric Hosmer, Mike Moustakas, you can go on and on through the list, even Salvador Perez, right, who has a longer career resume than Bobby Witt Jr. does right now. But if the Royals do not contend in 2027, the odds are incredibly slim then that they will be in any better position to compete in 2028, 2029, and 2030 when Bobby Witt Jr. has his opt-outs. The worst part is I'm not surprised by any of this. The worst part is that J.J. Picollo came in and talked a big game about how he wasn't Dayton Moore and he was going to do things differently than his predecessor. But I guess after spending 15 plus years in an organization with a guy, some of what he does rubs off. And I wanted J.J. Picollo to be his own man, and I want him to be right. I just don't know what evidence we have that things have changed or that things are different. We'll go to break. We'll talk more Major League Baseball trade deadline here in hour one. We'll talk some Nebraska volleyball and Big Ten Media Days in hour two. And keep your thoughts rolling on your teams. I know we have some Guardians fans in on the text line. We'll get to the Guards deadlines. And again, more from your favorite teams at the Major League Baseball trade deadline when we get back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings this summer, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. This summer's cream cheese flavor is pickle. Pair it with a blueberry cobbler iced latte, and don't forget their Berry Breeze dirty soda. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
Moms already know. It's the one time all summer where everything comes together. The kids are happy. The food is incredible. And somewhere between the birthing pavilion and the drone show, your whole family is together in a way that's hard to find anymore. It all happens here at the Nebraska State Fair, August 28th through September 7th in Grand Island. Visit statefair.org.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
When your business is ready for its next move, I'm here to help make it happen. I'm Corey Vandeweghe, Commercial Loan Officer at Midwest Bank on 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Lincoln is full of bold ideas and hardworking business owners, and I'm proud to support the people driving that progress. Whether you're launching something new or investing in growth, I'll work with you to find lending solutions that move your business forward. Swing in anytime. I'd love to hear what you're building. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It is Old School. Austin Foreman with you. Joined now by DP with JP in a late scratch. DP back from the Windy City. How's it going, DP? Good morning.
Good Good to be back. It's been a tour. And
a whirlwind.
Yeah, it's information. For reference sake, you know, it's good to be in those rooms, right? It's beyond the fashion show. You get to feel the vibrations, and
we had Darren from Raising Cane's out there.
Yeah, you get to feel the vibration of people, and talking to coaches away from the microphone is always
more interesting than at the microphone.
Oh my goodness
always.
gracious!
To
try to explain that to people, that part of the blessing is to really just kind of see and hear who people are, to see the engagement between player and player, teammates and teammates, players and players, coaches and players, and then coaches with other coaches. And with the Big Ten media for volleyball, you would imagine, who would you imagine were the four centrifugal, hey, the rest of the coaches orbit around them?
I'd say DBK.
DBK is definitely
Kelly Sheffield. Katie Schumacher-Colley.
Yes.
And
this was the
Aaron Virtue?
Yeah. That was the surprise for me.
National team experience. So.
Well, it's that part.
Notable,
right? Right. Like you find out in the space who sets the tone for this thing. It's kind of like being around baseball managers when you go, okay, who in the room?
Yeah.
And I would love to ask you what you think the orbit would be for baseball. Right? If the baseball skippers all got into a room, the summer meetings, those infamous summer meetings, and there's two different pockets for baseball, that you have the people who lead the business conversation, and then there are those who lead the social conversation, the baseball itself, the game conversations.
Yeah.
And it's always interesting. But yeah, what we also have from that group, Jen Flynn Oldenburg from Ohio State is the next big thing, which is frightening because
at that school,
to realize that Ohio State is just lurking, right? And it wants to get it right. The stunning thing is that Tim Nolan is getting it right.
Northwestern,
right? You start to watch, okay, this is how this is really going to work. And then Kristen Kelsey, who
Michigan State, right?
Yeah, who just gets it. Like, she's like, everything has to be about the work. I'm trusted with 19 hearts. Okay. Those are my people. Those are my people the moment you do it. So, yeah, interesting enough. Good to be back. Football taught us so much. Football taught us some things.
A lot.
Some things. And I said, no football media day trip is the same.
Oh, no, never.
It's never the same, and it's never what you think it's going to be going in. Right? Because you go, okay, this is what I'm looking for. And then you go, no,
wait a minute.
That wasn't it. That was not it.
Well, DP, I'm not going to lie. The Royals trade deadline is not what I was going for.
Well,
but they need to be right.
But it was what you expected.
I wish I was surprised. I was ready to believe in the narrative that, hey, JJ Piccolo's his own guy. And I was bummed,
but why?
Because I was ready for him to break out of his shell.
Why did you think he was different than what the evidence said?
Because I saw some signs last year that it could have been different. For once, he moved off of a guy that the fans loved. There's an organizational guy, one of his dudes. He moved off of Freddie Fermin and set the Royals up for the future. And so I'm like, oh, hey, wait, there's new evidence. They can do this. And it completely all came crumbling. Talked about that in the first segment. But even more than all of that, I just need JJ Piccolo to show evidence and show signs that he knows that phone calls go two ways. He had a quote when you say, no, we were certainly listening to offers for guys. But JJ Picollo appears to be a sit back, hands off GM. He's a let teams come to me GM. So be it. Except that I think the Royals have missed some opportunities in recent years. For a team that has struggled to draft and develop, to not take some post-hype flyers for seemingly low prices. The one that stood out to me yesterday, Marcelo Mayer from the Red Sox. The Giants pick him up for Eric Miller and Carlos Gutierrez. And if you're like me, that's the first time you heard of either of those two names. Guess what? The Royals could have packaged, I don't know, Daniel Lynch and Gavin Cross, Daniel Lynch and John Rave. For a guy that was a former, certainly top 50 prospect in baseball, they didn't do it. Same thing, last year, 2 years ago, for Jared Kelnick in the outfield, a position the Royals have really struggled to develop. They get not just Jared Kelnick, but Marco Gonzalez and Evan White, who was a Gold Glover as a rookie, for the price of Jackson Kowar, who was a literal Kansas City Royal at one point, and Cole Phillips. And again, has it worked out? No. But the Royals refuse to take flyers on guys in the name of, we're going to contend next year. We don't want to give away for next year. Maybe Mayer and Kelnick could have helped you next year, and they refuse to do it. And the Royals continue to zig where other small markets zag.
Do you think that they legitimately think they could be in contention next year?
That's what they're saying. I have a hard time seeing it, and they've admitted there's more work to do. But they can make moves like the Blue Jays did to help them next year and for the future. But they haven't even done that.
Here's the other part of it. Often what happens in trade deadline time is that you find out what other people think about your talent, your assets. And quite frankly, the story may be, if I'm not threatened by the Royals, I'm certainly not going to help them.
We have a quote from JJ Picollo
right.
on this as well. What other teams think of your talent. Let's roll this from JJ Picollo yesterday.
There was a fair amount of our guys that were inquired about. The guys that have control, especially long control, they're always going to be asked about if they're producing. The only guys I will say that weren't asked about, I shouldn't say the only, but nobody's going to ask us about Bobby. I don't think people are, view Mike Kell as a guy that we would trade right now. But there was, and it depends on how you define inquiry, just trying to understand what we would do. Is that really inquiry, or are they really pursuing the player? So I think it's fair to say that 75% of our everyday players were asked for or inquired about. And then in our coaching staff, I think the obvious ones we're talking about were the ones that had the most interest.
Like you said, what other people think about your talent. Okay, 75% of the roster was inquired about in some way, shape, or form. Let's take it at face value. That's what JJ Picollo said, and he's got more evidence than either you or I do. But what does that really mean? Why did they inquire? DP, they didn't inquire about these guys to be stars. They inquired about these guys to play a role, to be a piece, right? To be the mortar, not to be the brick. And if the Royals are going to try to build a contending house out of mortar, they better be sure that these guys are actually going to turn into bricks someday.
Well, and it's also, the long control thing was the loudest part of that to me. That if that's what you're doing and that's your concern, there are other organizations that had long control players that were vital cogs of trades. So then it's, do I want this? And then do I need this? Do I need this? And if nobody needs your players, that go back to development, go back to drafting, right? It's the thing.
Yeah.
It's the thing we said it about the transfer portal. If nobody wants what you built, if nobody wants what you've grown, it's the farmer.
Right.
It's a thing because you're growing something and nobody wants it. Is a live thing. And again, I think the statements that are made publicly are, we didn't get the offer we wanted. Did you make the offer you wanted? And tell me what you wanted. Tell me, here's the part of this that still should stand out. If we ask general managers and owners what they want their team to look like going down the stretch, that answers a lot of questions, right? Do you think you can pick up 5 games in the loss column? Do you think you're contending this year? Or do you think you're contending next year? And there's a difference between contending, being a playoff team, and contending.
And I think when the Royals say contending, they mean for the division. That's what it's sounded like to me.
How far away are they from being a division titleist?
In this division you should never be very far.
Well,
but they're further than they think.
But that's the loud part.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Again, there's several different facets to it. I get frustrated. I'm a Nats fan, so hey, welcome to my hell. Constantly, like they got it right once in their history. They got it right once. So the evidence tells me that's who they are.
right.
That's who they are. Buck up. That's what it is.
And that's why I don't want to, completely pillory JJ Picollo or rake him over the coals.
But they're his Coles, though.
Well, they are, but I think ownership has some level of blame to this too by promoting from within, right? And maybe that's my fault for falling for the banana in the tailpipe. But we saw some changes early in JJ Picollo's tenure that said, hey, this could be different. Maybe he's starting to steer the boat a different direction, and it just hasn't happened consistently. And so I want him to be right. I want him to be correct, because I think we've had this conversation too. Your goal should be to win every game. Your goal should be to win every year. You don't need to take years off. But I think Royals fans are in the boat of, we'd rather take next year off if it means we have 3 good years with the best position player, arguably most talented position player, since Salvador Perez debuted, and probably the most potential since Carlos Beltran debuted. They'd rather, punt this year already too late, punt next year because, hey, we'll see, to be better set up to have a chance to keep this guy, Bobby Witt Jr., for 28, 29, 30, as opposed to, seeing him walk or trading him for pennies on the dollar.
You're 20 games below 500. Whatever you thought you saw and whatever you thought you knew, you were wrong.
Try again.
You were really, really wrong. And with a spatial difference between them and the Tigers, who are their own story of how did you screw this up?
Right.
Like, how did you do that? Turning yourself into a sub 500 team and still not within sniffing distance of the Royals.
Right.
Like, wow.
Even the Los Angeles Angels sold. And they haven't done that for a decade.
The Angels, but that's who the Angels are. And if you want your stomach to hurt right now, let me give it to you. What if I said Bobby Witt Jr. was Mike Trout?
I've been telling myself that for a while. Yeah.
Eek.
Except the problem is the Royals gave Bobby opt-outs.
No, but here's what have the Angels done?
1 playoff series, no playoff wins.
Sir, welcome to it.
The Royals did win a wild card series.
Hey,
he's already better than Trout that way.
I'm just saying.
I have fully prepared myself for that reality.
Yikes.
And I don't love it.
No.
But here I am. And you know what, DP? I'm going to show up next February with all the hope in the world.
Naked where the Royals are. That's...
All right, let's wrap up hour 1. We'll finish up with some trade deadline, then full Big Ten Volleyball Media Days reaction from DP, who was boots on the ground in Chicago yesterday, coming up at 10.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
Iconic summer moments deserve an iconic drink. Reach for Mountain Dew, an American original. From its beginnings in the foothills of Tennessee to your biggest summer yet. The refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew is the perfect companion to your American summer adventures. Enjoy the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Tasting great since '48. Look for Mountain Dew in stores near you at mountaindew.com. That's mountaindew.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Moms already know. It's the one time all summer where everything comes together. The kids are happy. The food is incredible. And somewhere between the birthing pavilion and the drone show, your whole family is together in a way that's hard to find anymore. It all happens here at the Nebraska State Fair, August 28th through September 7th in Grand Island. Visit statefair.org.
When your business is ready for its next move, I'm here to help make it happen. I'm Corey Vandeweghe, Commercial Loan Officer at Midwest Bank on 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Lincoln is full of bold ideas and hardworking business owners, and I'm proud to support the people driving that progress. Whether you're launching something new or investing in growth, I'll work with you to find lending solutions that move your business forward. Swing in anytime. I'd love to hear what you're building. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
When Nebraska businesses win, we all win. And the Nebraska Chamber is helping make that happen. Tackling the tough stuff like job creation, affordable and accessible childcare, and building a stronger workforce. We're stepping up so local businesses can step forward. If you want to see Nebraska keep growing, keep competing, and keep winning, get connected with the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Learn more at nechamber.com.
New from Arbor Axe House comes Benny's Battle Barge, the mobile axe throwing adventure. Perfect for festivals, parties, fundraisers, and celebrations. Charter the barge at arboraxe.com or call Arbor Axe House at 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, welcome back in, putting a bow on the MLB trade deadline hour. Austin Norman, DP, with you. Big thanks to Heartland of Nebraska Windows for their sponsorship of Hour 1 of Old School. Heartland of Nebraska Windows, based out of Hallam, Nebraska, offering free estimates, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty on everything while keeping the prices affordable. Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today for more information. You can do so at 402-430-3852. You can also visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. I'll say this, DP, to wrap up the trade deadline hour. I kind of wish the Royals were in at least the Padres position. Has anyone ever wanted to be the San Diego Padres in their life? No. How many times have the Padres gotten it right? 0 times as well, if memory serves. But they're always in it. They're always, in and around the playoffs, always active, always making moves, and always with some star power, some level of star power to them. I've never aspired to see the Royals turn into the Padres, but that might be where I land with this trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, it is miraculous to me that the Padres are the Padres all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch baseball, when I watch baseball late at night, like you get the urge and there's West Coast baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to watch the Mariners. I'll watch the Dodgers because,
Dodgers.
Mm-hmm. But if it's Giants, Anaheim, etc., I jump straight to the Padres. Like, they're fun to watch. The crowd's having a good time. The players are having a good time. They're not always winning the games they should win, but they're fun to watch. That, to me, is Major League Baseball, is that they figured out the metric. They're in really good business. The Padres do really good business. Great for television, great for social media content, right? You get all the star power and all the pop and zest. But unfortunately, they're next to the Los Angeles Dodgers, bro. It doesn't matter.
Chargers to the Rams.
Right. It's just you just are. But they're like, for everybody else, you don't want Bobby to become Manny.
Right. Yeah.
But he is.
Getting there.
He is.
Getting there.
And
yet he's in a better position than Adley Rutschman was.
Yes. Which,
man,
how are the Orioles 4 games under? How?
I thought they were a juggernaut in waiting.
How? I don't understand. Like, I saw them against the Yankees up close. And I watched all of the things that happen within a baseball game and watch how people do things. And they were doing everything right. And they were always 2 pitches short. Like, I don't know how you just become masterful at being 2 pitches short. It's like the volleyball thing. They said, yeah, and in the end, it comes down to, for 3 sets, 2 points.
Yeah.
Like, in the end, we're all the same for 23 points. And then those final 2 points, who's better? The Orioles are in the back end of those 2 points on a regular basis.
Unfortunately for Nebraska volleyball, it's been on the back end in the national conversation recently. They get the first 23, and they've fallen just short. A 9-season title drought.
That's such a weird thing to say out loud.
But it needs to be said out loud at some point.
But why?
Because they've told you the standard is higher.
No, but isn't that how an entire blue blood football program got destroyed? Does Nebraska not learn that?
Yes,
You know what? Being one of the top 3 programs in the country is a pretty,
dang good deal.
It's a dang good deal. You're top 5 in like all the time. All the time.
Long number 1 streak, rated in pretty much every poll since the inception.
Bro. Like,
only program to make every tournament ever.
Does Nebraska, please stop. Like, anybody that says that out loud, just hit yourself in the knee. Just hit yourself right in the funny bone. Like, just bang your funny bone really hard. Just stop doing that.
But can we agree that it's important for Nebraska to find those next 2 points?
It's important for them. They needed 2 points one time and didn't get them. Like, that's the nature of this thing. That's crazy talk.
Let's hear the less crazy talk from head coach Danny Busboom Kelly and the players when we get back. And we'll talk Nebraska, Big Ten Media Days, what DP and Harrison heard and saw. We'll talk some big picture Nebraska volleyball in segment 2. Your thoughts on the season upcoming. As always, welcome 402-464-5685. We'll be back to talk some Big Ten Volleyball Media Day next on The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Moms already know. It's the one time all summer where everything comes together. The kids are happy. The food is incredible. And somewhere between the birthing pavilion and the drone show, your whole family is together in a way that's hard to find anymore. It all happens here at the Nebraska State Fair, August 28th through September 7th in Grand Island. Visit statefair.org.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
New from Arbor Axe House comes Benny's Battle Barge, the mobile axe throwing adventure. Perfect for festivals, parties, fundraisers, and celebrations. Charter the barge at arboraxe.com or call Arbor Axe House at 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $195 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1009974. 195 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10,000 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees expert. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 8/31/26.
When Nebraska businesses win, we all win. And the Nebraska Chamber is helping make that happen. Tackling the tough stuff like job creation, affordable and accessible childcare, and building a stronger workforce. We're stepping up so local businesses can step forward. If you want to see Nebraska keep growing, keep competing, and keep winning, get connected with the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Learn more at nechamber.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at 23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offer great pay, health, dental, and vision, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs, quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside's margaritas and old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln, this is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time. And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes, indeed. Welcome in to Old School, hour 2 of the show. Big thanks to Graham Tire Company for their sponsorship. They got 4 Lincoln locations. You can check them out. They've been proudly serving the Midwest for 75 years. Just got done with their anniversary sale last week. More than just tires. Graham Tire does all kinds of car and light truck repairs, too. From brakes to oil changes, trust Graham Tire for service you can count on. It's Graham Tire, getting you to the places that matter most. 402-464-5685. Hop in the Nebraska Volleyball Media Day conversation. DP will obviously talk some big picture, Big Ten volleyball coming up, I'm sure, throughout the course of things. But Nebraska, Danny Busboom, Kelly, Bergen, Riley, Andy Jackson, what'd you see, what'd you hear?
Yeah, it is. You said a thing during the break that you asked the question, is it time to put DBK in that she gets it conversation? And I want to say this. I'm not sure, and Husker fans can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure there's a more likable coach in America.
Really?
In any sport. I'm not. Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of likable coaches just on the roster over there.
Over there. I mean, listen to me. There's a high level of love for a bunch of Husker coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely a high level of respect.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about likability, that at the core, they're just good, brilliant people. Like they're like all the boxers you want checked, get checked.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't. I'm a big vibration person, and my friends laugh is that I will shut people down with who have bad vibrations. Like it's just a thing. I feel it, and I'm going, okay, that's a no.
Mm-hmm.
There are some coaches in the Big Ten whose vibration is not pleasant.
Not vibrating.
Right.
Yes.
It is not a good vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Danny Busboom Kelly gives all the good vibes. Like she's why the Beach Boys made the song Good Vibrations. Right? Like she's her understanding of time and space, and then the way that she frees up her athletes to be authentic. Because there are a lot of coaches that shut down the authentic version of their student athletes.
Why does that happen?
Control and fear. Control and fear rather than trust and release, right? That there's a greater mastery to get people. It's like being here. I'm never going to tell you. How many times have I told you what to talk about in the show?
I think I can count it on 0 fingers.
Right. It's that sort of thing that if I guide you, if I give you everything you need and then I put you in the right place, let you eat, let you go and be great, and then you can be proud of it, and I don't have to worry about it. As a coach, I always
I hope I don't give you reasons to worry.
Right.
Too often.
Well, but it's the thing, right? I mean, there are times I go, Austin, but I will nudge you in the right direction in conversation at a different time and place, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no fatal flaw. You're not burning the place down. Nebraska athletes, and again, these are some athletes over time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Harper Murray is a person, is a person. And it's so fully managed because in some programs, this would be a problem. For Harper Murray, the most known player in the country, isn't at media day, and it's okay because you have two people who are in the same discussion, and there's no envy, jealousy, there's no any of that.
Nebraska left its Player of the Year candidate at home.
Left one of them.
Wait, it brought its other two.
It brought its other two. And there's another one coming. Like, wait, like it's a beautiful thing to watch. And volleyball does a really good job with it.
Like to have some practice?
Yeah,
that sort of thing,
like you get
that
used
conversation.
To. Well, I mean, you would imagine that this was so. Imagine, were there media days back in the Osborne days?
I don't know. In the first,
I don't think there were. At least I don't.
I know the SEC pioneered it. I don't know when the Big 8, Big 12, Big 10 caught up.
Right. So I'd imagine that Coach Osborne would have had some real tough conversations to have. Right? Like,
so it's been 30 years since Big 12 football media day. So 96. So maybe had it at the tail end of his tenure.
Right. So it's okay. Who's going? Who's going? Who do you trust? Right? Because trust is the thing that matters most in that space. Sometimes you put people in that space so that they grow. They have to grow. Sometimes you're putting in those media rooms to make them uncomfortable, so they get used to being uncomfortable. And then sometimes you're just putting them there and forcing them to give voice, because maybe that's not the way they lead, but it's the way you want them to lead. I just think the Huskers have done an exceptional job. I mean, Bergen Riley managed the room. She worked the room.
Like she's in charge of that for her day job, maybe.
Yeah, like
it makes sense.
Like to understand spacing and okay, I'm not going to bunch this person doing this interview. Andy Jackson's the opposite. She's a wrecking ball, an absolute wonderful wrecking ball that affected every space she was in. And we're not supposed to have favorite athletes, but Andy Jackson, I walked up to, I use the Janet Jackson song whenever I see her. I was like, Miss Jackson. Like, she's like, which one are you giving me? You giving me Janet Jackson or are you giving me Outkast? Right? And it's just funny, right? That's just in the space. So it's beautiful to watch how this program manages. There's some similar things. I mean, there's some other programs where this sort of happens. Wrestling, of course, Mark Manning and wrestling, absolutely. Coach Fred Hoiberg's going to have to manage it this year. Basketball, Big Ten media will be interesting.
Yeah, for the reason that you mentioned, who does Nebraska bring? Who does Nebraska want to make uncomfortable? If you ask me right now, I think it's Price and Kale. Kale's gotten some pretty rave reviews for his vocal leadership, and they've loved him behind the scenes. And I think the Price Sanford, having been in the program for a couple of years, that's a guy they want to coax some more of that, vocalness out of. And obviously, I mean, Price got plenty of interviews down the stretch last year. But if you ask me right now, I think it's two of the three of Jacobson, Sanford, and dare I throw Bowden Kapke into that conversation. Now, first-year transfer guy, unlikely. But I think it's Kale and Price.
I think that, yeah, that's why he doesn't make the list. I'm going to throw another name at you. Jamarcus Lawrence. Fifth-year senior, chose the program, great spokesperson, great ambassador, been through the moments. He stared everybody in the room in the face already. Nothing new to it. Walk in with your Sweet 16 shirt on. Hey, say it with your chest.
50-50 that it's Jamarcus? Higher or lower odds?
It's lower, but I'm just this way that I'd love for some seasoning to be in the Big Ten media days. Can I?
A little vanilla last couple of years, DP.
Man. I'm okay. Listen, if you tell me it's Kale, I understand it. If you tell me it's Frager, I understand.
Would you send Frager instead of Price?
Well, because
would you send Frager instead of Kale?
Well, because the conversation last year was that you would send Bearcat. If you're talking about the true heart of the team, it was Sam and Bearcat.
Yeah,
we was the conductor.
We found out in the course of it. I mean, it was a big deal when we actually got Bearcat. He hadn't done much, if any, media. And so once we started getting him toward the end of the year, yeah. I'm not sure Fred would have put Bearcat on that.
I'm just stirring the pot. Just for that. Yeah, listen. If you send Price and Frager, everybody nods and goes, okay, I understand. If you send Sanford and Jacobson, everybody nods and understands. He's really strong in the leadership space.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't send Sam his junior year.
No.
Like, that's the apex standard for me. You didn't do it. Like, you sent him the following year because there was some understanding of what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And rink mass was legit. I'm okay with whoever. What also struck me, wrestling doesn't have a media day.
Nope.
What? What? Why? Why? Just baseball?
No.
Softball?
No.
Oh, Big Ten. Oh, Big Ten. Can you imagine a wrestling media day? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I don't know.
You get some stuff.
I don't know, Big Ten. You've got the programs.
Mm-hmm.
7 of the top 12 in the country. Well, the Big 12 will yell at you.
So be it. So let him yell, DP.
And then,
let him yell.
The ACC's got three that are, as a matter of fact, they're picking your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what other people do. There were a lot of, and I say this with air quotes, there were a lot of not best player in the room yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of leaders in the room. There were a lot of players who were the best players on their teams who didn't make the trip in. Some made it the year before. Some had other things. I mean, you got to remember a lot of the programs were already practicing. So, that group goes off, and then, you've only got Jalen Reyes.
Oh,
Harper
man.
Murray setting standards for you.
And your other senior, Laney Joe boy.
Right,
et cetera, et cetera.
You'll deal. You'll cope.
Let's hear a little bit from Danny Busboom Kelly. Pressure at Nebraska, but still finding ways to play with joy. Here's Nebraska volleyball head coach Danny Busboom Kelly.
It's certainly a driving force in the way we plan practice and go about, everything that we do on a daily basis, because, you take a day off or reps off, it's eventually going to catch you. And when something catches us at Nebraska, everybody notices. And we have to be prepared for that. And we have to continue to work to combat getting complacent and letting that pressure hurt us. But for me personally, I really want to model, what I want my players to feel and how I want them to act. And so just making sure that we continue to enjoy the journey. We love volleyball. I've talked about, to a lot of recruits, I want players that love the game. So that doesn't matter if you're playing in front of 0 people or 92,000. I want us to play with the same type of joy. And I want to come into the gym every day, practice or competition, in a consistent manner where they can feel that. And I also think reminding them that we're more than just volleyball players, and, putting, I guess I would say, what my money where my mouth is. Is that the saying where, I tell them when I have things to do with my family or when we need to take days off for personal things, like that's okay. And usually that just makes us stronger.
A lot of what you had mentioned in that lead in there, DP.
Oh man, and talking, I talked to Andy Jackson several times, and each conversation with her is so real. It's just, she's not pre-programmed. She's not boundaried in the sense that she needs boundarying. She's just gonna say the right thing and do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some joy. There's some joy in that the vibration of those three together makes all the sense in the world. It made all the sense in the world. And you go, okay, yeah, this will be fine. And watching the other programs watch them, watching other media watch them, right? The media from the other places. And you start, a shout out to our boy, Ethan Petrick.
Yep.
Petrick's, hogging the Iowa time at the podium. He was on
Did you
Zoom.
remind Ethan the last time Iowa volleyball beat Nebraska?
Yeah, he leaves it. I just told him, stop hogging the podium time, bro. Like, you don't get every question. He goes, well, just why don't you pay my boss to send me next year? I'm like, pick a better boss, bro. That's I like, again, volleyball's vibe is different than football.
Mm-hmm.
There's less pretense. There's less arrogance. The coaches were far more appreciative of us being in the room because, what's this, year 3 of media days
Something
for
like
them?
that, yeah.
And they said, when we started this, there's like 4 people. So now it makes all the sense in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's knowledgeable. And then you get all sorts of things that happen in the space, right? Because there are people who were going to Big Ten media volleyball media when there was nobody in the room. So they felt like they were big fish, small pond.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as the pond got bigger, or you realize how much bigger it is, you still got those people still holding on to believe that, they can go in and just ask the most inane, dumb questions in the world. And then we had the Big Ten folks that said, well, DP, why don't you jump in the pool? And I said, my days of becoming the pool died. No, because I got questions. I would rather ask them directly.
Yeah.
Which is why I said, I'm not going to affect everyone's time. I will get these answers on my time away after they're done with the masses. Then let me go talk to.
They can open up the canned beans. Let me get the fresh ones.
I need to get mine over here, and I can get more information instead of asking those prepared, hey, I wrote them down questions. Wait a minute. You can't have a conversation with a head coach without a piece of paper in your hand? What are you doing? What are you doing? So they were appreciative, and they shout out, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. They would be on the big podium, and then Harrison would jet. So imagine this is the big podium area, and the mill is the prep area, the green room.
Yeah.
But it's where everybody is. So there's coffee and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Harrison's out. As soon as whoever was talking, Harrison would jet outside to catch whoever came out first. I would then pull to the side, and then I would just wait. And I'm like, okay, y'all can go have your questions. I started by jumping forward and just like, hey, coach, as soon as they came off the podium, hey, coach, can I get a second? Got a couple of questions for you. And then the rest follows. Well, then I'm like, I'm just going to go to the back. Harrison did an exception. Shout out to young Harrison Arns, right? First of all, for not having fear and just approaching everybody for information, for details. But the coaches, to a coach, without knowing, if they didn't know me or didn't know what I was doing, found me and came over and gave me. So there's a whole chain of one-to-one interviews where I just get to have conversations about things that I see. And media day, volleyball media day does a great job. I wish the other sports did.
It's all there for them. It's a choice.
Well, I mean, how do you tell wrestling that you don't matter enough to have your own media day? How do you tell the most dominant program, maybe in Big Ten history, that they don't get the spotlight and the showcase? How do you tell Nebraska, with 2 national champions and a GOAT and a Hall of Fame coach, how do you tell them that y'all shouldn't be in the room answering questions about the season? Like, tell me the season doesn't matter without telling me the season doesn't matter. It's just kind of weird. Softball. Listen to me, softball. Get your media day.
Kind of seems like there's a player walking out of Nebraska that would have been quite the draw at media day.
Like the entire
you said,
thing.
nope, we're good.
The entire thing is crazy to me. That if you're marketing sports, again, if you can have the best seeds in the world, but if you plant it and you don't feed it and you don't give it light, it doesn't
not
grow.
gonna grow.
It just doesn't grow. I don't know why people at the Big Ten haven't figured that out yet. Like I want to add, like I asked Mark Manning, hey, does wrestling have a Big Ten media day? He goes, no. I'm like, you want to do one? Like, just like a part of me is just like, hey, invite the coaches here and we'll stream it.
Cycle them through.
Right? Weird.
Before we go to break, let's hear from Andy Jackson. We can set this up for our next segment as well. Here's Andy Jackson on playing at Nebraska, everything that entails.
The pressure is definitely there, but I think we've earned the right to be in that position, and we've worked really hard these last 3 seasons, and we know what it takes to win a Big Ten championship. It's not easy. It's a really tough volleyball conference, and every game is going to be a dogfight. So going into this season, we know what it takes, and we're not going to back down. We know that we have a target on our back, and a lot of people want to beat Nebraska, and that's very valid. We've won the last 3, so we are not going to get complacent. We know that it's not going to come easy, but it's definitely our goal to go 4 for 4.
4 for 4 in winning Big Ten titles, the goal in front of Nebraska volleyball. Heck of a thing to say.
Yeah. Hey, man. These are the better times.
Mm-hmm.
These are the better times. Well done.
They've earned the pressure. They've earned the privilege of the pressure. Heard Fred Hoiberg say, we've heard Andy Jackson say it, plenty more. Let's talk about the pressure, if there is any, on Nebraska volleyball coming up in 2026 as we continue Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Iconic summer moments deserve an iconic drink. Reach for Mountain Dew, an American original. From its beginnings in the foothills of Tennessee to your biggest summer yet. The refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew is the perfect companion to your American summer adventures. Enjoy the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Tasting great since 48. Look for Mountain Dew in stores near you at mountaindew.com. That's mountaindew.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $195 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1009974, $195 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 10,000 due at signing, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 8/31/26.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs, quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside's margaritas and old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at 23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offer great pay, health, dental, and vision, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
Halfway home on Old School. Don't forget that we are here with you 9 to noon here moving forward. Big thanks to Schwezo Construction for their sponsorship of the show. At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Schwezo is hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work, as well as a team that has your back both on and off the job site. Apply today at Schwezo.com. 40-plus years strong in business, Schwezo Construction. 402-464-5685 if you want to be a part of the conversation. DP, will go this way to Bill in Bennett. He asks, is Laney Choboy going to be able to return to Nebraska volleyball as well? Of course, the senior class, Bergen Riley, Andy Jackson, Harper Murray, and Laney Choboy now find themselves with a decision to make, but not now, at the end of the year. I wonder for all four of them. They've all certainly made their mark in their own way on Nebraska volleyball, and it's certainly an interesting talking point, but I don't think worth bringing up until, the end of the year. There's a season in front.
Austin, let me tell you, man, hack media across the country in that room asked that question to every coach, every player.
Can about imagine.
Again, lowest common denominator. They asked about the 5-for-5. The coaches take, players take, two entirely different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And then often, if there were seniors, 4-year seniors in the room, then they were asked those questions. But the answers often were repeated because the players in that room were pretty good players, but it didn't mean that they were pro ready.
Right.
There's certain style of players. Again, love volleyball and league and the other women's pro league have different metrics that they use. So seeing yourself as a pro, you can see yourself as a pro. It doesn't mean that the pros see you as pros.
Well, pro volleyball in America is starting to have the same conversations that, pro baseball, pro basketball, pro football have. They're reaching that
Europe,
space.
And Europe. So
right. Europe's had those, right? But I'm saying here stateside.
Well, now what's happened though, the American leagues do the reverse of what the transfer portal does. The transfer portal created a bottleneck.
Mm-hmm.
What getting love volleyball and getting 2 professional leagues in America opened up because there were people who were getting cut and who had to become coaches who opened up a whole sector of jobs overseas because folks want to play at home and play in America and the pay is good enough for them to make a living off of it. So
may as well.
Those jobs open up. Those jobs open up. So Laney will be in those conversations as well. I would imagine that Harper Murray, Bergen Riley will be in American pro conversations. Andy Jackson as well. Virginia is probably a European favorite because she can go home and make more money than she would here. But if she wants to stay in America, that'll be a conversation piece. So the season will play out.
Did you get a sense from what you heard or just in your experience? Is it if they win a title, they're gone? Or are there other considerations outside of
there are other considerations because, again, we sat in a room with 36 of the best players in the country. Not all of them were seniors. Not all of them planned to go pro. Like something magical would have to happen. And then there's another 18 or so who were the best players who just happened to not be in the room. So 54, let's just take those 54 players and put them in the pool. Well, there's some people that we didn't mention that play for Nebraska that will ultimately be pros.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It plays out. If you have a good season, as Jay likes to say, the best thing will be evidence for you. The best resume is evidence. So spend your season playing well and playing right, which is another part that gets entered into the conversation. People who don't serve, you might want to serve to get used to it, right?
I believe Andy talked quite a bit about that, her work in the offseason on that.
That's the thing. If you need to work on getting on the floor, then get on the floor. Let it play out. It was the general response, and I think that's the fair response.
There was a fair amount of conversation, it seemed, from back here about Nebraska's status at the top of the sport. I think Purdue's coach was described Nebraska as the kingpin of volleyball.
Yes.
You said a lot of coaches, talk maybe not reverently, but certainly respectfully of Nebraska. How strong a foothold is Nebraska in, at or near the top of the sport of college volleyball?
In the Big Ten world, absolutely, in full.
Past Wisconsin in Minnesota from where it was a few years ago.
Coach Sheffield he's not going to give them that.
No. But where his Big Ten titles the last 3 years.
He's Joe Frazier to Muhammad Ali.
Gotcha.
Not going to give it to you. I'll knock you on your butt if you have a bad night with me. And I'm a champion too. Penn State, they've got receipts.
Yeah.
There's some people that put their foot on their throat last year. You got them when they're down. They know. Listen, would love to get Nebraska. The other programs, listen, I mean, outside of that, they're the Texas, Florida, LSU, like they're those folks, Louisville, right? Those people who
sister up the street maybe once in that conversation.
Kentucky,
I won't let him there.
Kentucky is in the space. As a matter of fact, a lot of the early season highlight games are those crossovers where the teams who met in the Final 8 and Final 4 face each other. And it's good for the game.
Yeah.
And that's why it's done. So, but nobody else has played in front of 90,000. Nobody else has the metric of they get to play at Devaney in front of that crowd every night. Every home night they get that. And they draw to wherever they play. Wisconsin, love Wisconsin. Wisconsin doesn't travel the way Nebraska fans do.
Well, there's not the same level of star at Wisconsin. I mean, they've had their great players, right? Obviously won titles. I'm not going to say Wisconsin doesn't have great players, but in terms of moving the needle in the brand of college volleyball, Nebraska set the standard with that as well.
Well, it's no name. And again, with Adidas jumping behind and supporting it and putting it out there. I mean, listen, we from proximity say Harper Murray's the best player in the country. But is she?
Is she the best player on her team?
Is she the best player on the team? And is the player who was the best player on the team the best player this year? That's how good Nebraska is that we're having those conversations, that you're having the...
Well, we're on Harper Murray. The comparison that I have been coming back to is that she feels in some ways to me maybe like Kevin Durant. Can be the best player on a team, might not be the identity of the team. Because I think if you think about those three players, if you consider Nebraska volleyball in their Hamptons 5 era, that wasn't KD's team. He might have been the best player in those 2 titles that he won in Golden State. That was Steph's team, and I think Clay had more ownership in that team, certainly that franchise, than KD did.
I don't know that KD is the point I would get to. I would almost say that they are KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond good.
Okay.
Pick whatever identity and role you want to pick in it. That Bergen is Draymond and that you get to be so many things that the team needs whenever they need it. When she, quite frankly, she could lead the team in scoring, but because the team is better when she doesn't, she sacrifices that and does it. There's star power. There's the Harper Murray, Steph Curry star power and unique athleticism and otherwise. But man, oh man, it's really nice to have an Andy Jackson, KD.
So, or is Andy Steph? Is she the unicorn?
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. They all are. Yeah. They're all unique. Why Bergen is that she possesses a toolkit that most people don't have. Her size and being able to finish at the net is unique.
Mhm.
It is a unique skill. So, and then, Laney Choboy, if we just wait a minute.
She's Iguodala.
Right. But we know that if you think Husker football in the great days, that you have a Lawrence Phillips, but you also have, I don't know, who's behind him waiting. Oh, there's that 30 guy, right? Just waiting. And behind him, there's, you have players.
Mhm.
And each one kind of fills the space. They all have their nights, and that's why you go undefeated, is that for a 30+ game season, being able to unburden anybody for having to be the star every night is a wonderful thing. It's rare. It's rare.
Oh, incredibly rare across sports, not just volleyball, but across sports. Here's my question for you, DP. Does Nebraska have the closer? Who do you think is the closer for Nebraska in these tight matches where it comes down to 2 points? Is Nebraska so good that it can say, "Hey, we'll figure it out on the fly"? Or does Nebraska, do you sense they have a plan that, hey, we're leaning this direction when things get tight, we got to go to who?
Listen, if you tell me I've got Harper Murray and Andy Jackson at the Pens with Bergen Riley and any other assortment of players that you could run out there, high school All-Americans, future Big Ten Player of the Years, don't limit yourself. Don't boundary yourself. You'll know over time what plays work best, what sequences work best, but you also know that night what's working. Sometimes it's matchup. Sometimes it's the other team's pin. Sometimes it's the other team's middle blocker. Sometimes it's their libero, who, quite frankly, is moving the ball around and keeping you from getting out of in a natural movement. But some nights, most nights, in the Big Ten Conference, Nebraska will control that. They have on-the-floor players with knee burns and elbow burns who make sure that the best players get the ball in critical moments at the best place on the floor. Again, I like the roster because of its depth. But, man, there's some sharks up front. Like that. Again, everybody in the Big Ten has them. Florida has them. Texas has them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's some things. I mean, this is how it happens. Tony Harvey and his 2 girls, I mean, they're in the pool and they keep me connected about what the rest of the country is doing. And then you go, wow. This is how good Nebraska is that their second team would probably finish in the top third of the Big Ten. That's how good Nebraska's roster is and how good the coaching is.
And they're able to retain that roster and keep them around in the system.
Well, because you're going to get yours.
Because there's no Jonathan Kuminga on this team. Wait now, just jump to the bit.
You're going to get yours. And listen, ticket fans should be appreciative because Jalen Reyes pulls the curtain behind the philosophy behind how they recruit and how they develop and how they choose what they choose. And if you're not listening to Jalen Reyes and Mandy Monson weeknights, you're missing out.
Oh, hey, that's tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, and hey, guess what? Jalen's still here. Speaking of the roster and keeping people around.
Jalen would be in the top 10 coaches of the Big Ten if he left the program.
Maybe the country, potentially.
Right. Right. In full.
Yeah. Appreciate what you got. And please go win a title. It's been 9 years. We're waiting. We want it for you so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I want it for them, but they want it for them. And you get to see them, again, away from the cameras, exhale at how hard they work. Most of us can't wrap our brain around how hard these volleyball players work, how hard the basketball players work, how hard the wrestlers work.
Yeah.
I can speak from those. I'm looking forward to see how hard Nebraska football works because I see how hard softball works. I see how hard baseball works, how hard they grind. I'm looking forward to seeing how football works because that's that conversation that, hey, you're the favorite to win the Big Ten and national title.
Mm-hmm.
What other programs can we say that about at Nebraska? Pretty amazing.
Yeah. We'll wrap up the Big Ten Volleyball Media Day hour coming up next. Big thanks to Graham Tire for their sponsorship of Old School. He's DP. I'm Austin. We'll keep the volleyball convo rolling.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Jake, you know what I love almost as much as the Big Red?
Big scores on the field?
Good guess, but nope.
Big spikes on the court?
Love those too, but I'm thinking food. Like those big, budget-friendly portions you find at Buzzard Billy's.
Now you're talking. I love Buzzard Billy's. I love the shrimp po' boys and the blackened chicken.
You almost always find me enjoying gumbo.
Big plays, big scores, big wins, Big Red. Yep, love them all, especially
those big portions that are budget-friendly. Only at Buzzard Billy's, A-Market.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at 23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offer great pay, health, dental, and vision, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Iconic summer moments deserve an iconic drink. Reach for Mountain Dew, an American original. From its beginnings in the foothills of Tennessee to your biggest summer yet. The refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew is the perfect companion to your American summer adventures. Enjoy the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Tasting great since '48. Look for Mountain Dew in stores near you at mountaindew.com. That's mountaindew.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
At the Nebraska State Fair, you never know what you'll experience. Maybe it's watching your kid fall in love with a baby goat. Maybe it's that first bite of something deep fried and incredible. Maybe it's the moment everyone puts their phone down because core memories are forming right in front of them. It all happens here at the Nebraska State Fair, August 28th through September 7th in Grand Island. Visit statefair.org.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2026 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 22nd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in. It is Old School. Austin Norman DP with you, wrapping up hour 2 of the show. A full hour to come. We'll talk some big picture college basketball stuff and some NFL stuff, because DP found a list that is
it is a list.
Chuckle.
It is
of all the lists that have ever been listed. This is one of the listiest lists.
It's like, y'all listed.
We're going to help you beat the lunch rush. Our friends at Buffalo Wings Rings are going to do that. We have some trivia for you. Texter number 4, 402-464-5685. With the right answer to this question, texter number 4 will end up getting $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Okay. Today, in 2007, Barry Bonds hit career home run number 755, tying Hank Aaron for the most all time. How many seasons did Hank Aaron stand alone as Major League Baseball's home run king? For how many seasons did Hank Aaron stand alone as Major League Baseball's home run king? Texter number 4 with the right answer, 402-464-5685 will get $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings and help you beat the lunch rush. While we wait for that answer, DP, breakout players for Nebraska volleyball. We know a lot of the headlining stars, but if you could place your finger on, hey, watch out for this player. Hey, here's going to be a key contributor for Nebraska who takes a step in year 2, takes a role as a freshman. Any candidates come to mind for you?
Read that again, because I got just never get a text on a show. Calm down, people.
The breakout players for Nebraska volleyball. If
Yes.
there's one or two you think could contribute as a second-year player, a freshman coming in, who are the under-the-radar names you think Husker fans are going to need to get familiar with?
It's interesting. I can only refer to the people that the coaches and players from the rest of the Big Ten spoke about and queried about, and I always found it interesting to have coaches kind of catch the media people. Olivia Malk is one of the ones that there is some Big Ten coaching envy at the riches that Nebraska has to work with.
That's your co-starter? That's your other one?
Yeah, like, is that what we're doing? They love Keone Williams, and 6'4.5" out of Texas.
True freshman, right?
True freshman. I want to say she was from program Eagle Mountain down there in Fort Worth, but playing in that Dallas circuit of League One volleyball. Explosive, big time player. Drea Sigler, who popped last year, showed that, quite frankly, I can contribute, and in big moments I can contribute.
Yep.
But listen, Virginia Adriano, for me, is the you know how you have the deck of cards, the Joker. She's the Joker. She's the one that you're just preparing middle blockers and pins, and you're dealing with Harper, and you're dealing with Andy, and Bergen's got you moving, and Choboy's eating everything up, and then they slide in 6'4.5" from Italy, 6'5" from Italy. I think she's a pro now, and just here at Nebraska, on any other program, she's the star.
To be fair, she did come from playing second division pro volleyball in Italy, so she has done the pro thing before.
Just
but
embarrassment of riches at Nebraska. Another hitter, gets it down to the floor, a better than advertised blocker, and quite frankly, from the words of the young ladies who play, one of the best teammates that you could possibly want, which is a thing that they trust you and rely on you, and it comes out that way. So
again, embarrassment of riches. Like you said, the second team would certainly be a top 25 caliber. The answer to the trivia question, DP, do you know how many years Hank Aaron held baseball's home run title for before Barry tied broke?
I would have said none. I would have said none, but just because of the era. I don't know.
The answer, 33 seasons. From 1974 until 2007, Hank Aaron held baseball's home run crown. So, shoot dang, a.k.a. Anthony, you win $30 to Buffalo Wings.
Really?
33 seasons from when he hit number 715 to when Barry hit 756.
Do we count Sadaharu O? Do we count?
Major League Baseball.
Just Major League
Baseball.
Just Major League Baseball. Do we count Barry's home runs?
Do you count Barry's home runs?
I do, but I don't know that everybody else does.
I don't know if I want to. I think we probably should.
Right? Like, I mean, so asking who's the greatest home run hitter in Major League Baseball?
Major League Baseball history? I mean, you got to give Barry the crown. You know, he hit him in actual games that counted. Yeah. If it's not him, then it's Hammer and Hank, which is not bad. Yeah. Obviously, Mr. O is a guy. Oh. Wonder where Josh Gibson's numbers would have ended up had he, had a full Major League Baseball career. But some questions we'll be debating for a while. We'll go ahead and go to break as we'll see if Penn State has debated or settled the debate on whether or not men's basketball is a worthy investment. Some interesting conversations there from Pat Kraft, the AD at Penn State. We'll talk about that and some NFL quarterback discussions and lists as we continue into hour 3 of Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Iconic summer moments deserve an iconic drink. Reach for Mountain Dew, an American original. From its beginnings in the foothills of Tennessee to your biggest summer yet. The refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew is the perfect companion to your American summer adventures. Enjoy the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Tasting great since '48. Look for Mountain Dew in stores near you at mountaindew.com. That's mountaindew.com.
Spotty Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustis Spotty Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered. Whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustisBodyShop.com and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustis Body Shop. That's who we are.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2026 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 22nd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time. And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln. Your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome in Hour 3 of Old School. Show, as always, brought to you by the good folks over at Graham Tire Company, celebrating 75 years of serving their neighbors across the Midwest. TCP, I'm Austin. Glad you're along for the ride. Final hour of Old School here today. You can be a part of the conversation, 402-464-5685 on our Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line. Eric, Jay was a late scratch today. He ought to be back tomorrow. So good try. Try again tomorrow. Try again tomorrow is what Penn State may or may not be doing with its head basketball coach. They hired Mike Rhodes a couple of years ago, DP, and then last week we get a quote from Penn State AD Pat Kraft. No, we're not spending $20 million on a basketball roster. It's not a good investment. Let's just call it what it is. Now, on the one hand, there's the price of doing business. On the other hand, I can respect Pat Kraft saying, yeah, we'll find other ways to compete and to be competitive. If he had said men's basketball in general wasn't a good investment, that's one thing. But man, that's one of their 2 programs that in fiscal year 25 turned a profit. And I get spend within your means. I totally do. I just wonder for Penn State that's had some, NCAA tournament appearances, not just within my lifetime, but within the last, handful of years, really last, 7 to 10 years. It's a program that I don't want to say sleeping giant, but man, you got to at least help your handpicked coach out a little bit, right? You can't just scrape the bottom of the barrel in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I have to pause and try to make logic of Latin sometimes, where people forget the idea that you need to invest in order to reap reward. There has to be something planted. It has to be put in. It has to be something good.
Mm-hmm.
To tell me that that sport and that program doesn't matter at Penn State and where you fall in line at a university.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear about it all the time. Like I constantly bang my head about Penn State decision making along the way. I mean, again, you were in a pretty good spot after being in a really bad spot.
Right.
That basketball program has been an abandoned child for so very long.
Mm-hmm.
So very long.
Mm-hmm.
They've never been good.
They had a couple pop-up NCAA tournament years, but that's in the last decade.
But that's
never a power player by any means.
It's just, how is that possible? How is it that you can get 22 of the best 50 wrestlers, but you can't get 6 of the best 100 basketball players?
I mean, 6 of the top 1,500.
Just from that space.
Yeah.
Just from, listen, you can recruit the DMV, the Metro,
New York State
for football.
Sure.
You can recruit that. You can recruit it for baseball, softball. You can recruit it for wrestling. Are you telling me that you can't recruit that for basketball?
There's no way you can't.
12
do that, right?
or 15. 12 or 15. Like, I don't know any of the best players going to Penn State, and I don't know why.
So the top players in Pennsylvania in the class of 2026, you have 2 4-stars and then a bunch of 3-stars from there. But the top 7 rated guys are going to VCU, Marquette, Temple, Hofstra, Towson, Columbia, and Boston.
Proud of my Rams. Well done. Top of the list, boys.
Sammy Jackson from Roman Catholic in Philadelphia, 6'7", 205, small forward.
Roman Catholic is a factor and a force.
And you can't get a guy from there.
Yeah, it's a swing and a miss to not be able to keep people home. And there's some depth in basketball in Pennsylvania. Matter of fact, when I was in Virginia, we would take our Christmas tournament every year was in Pennsylvania. The head coach was from Pennsylvania, so we would go up there. And it was great work because there were some dogs up there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't invest and you don't manage perception that it matters, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
In this day and age, if people don't think you care about your program, why should they? Right? It's and you have to be careful because then you become the launching pad school where people come there to build their resume and get tape only to bounce and go somewhere else. That doesn't, I mean, football's a new program. Baseball, new program this year. The only program that's rock solid, there's 2 programs. Well, the program that's rock solid is wrestling. Volleyball, it had to adjust because it brought some talent in that didn't fit or didn't choose to stay. So it's interesting times there in the athletic department, but you have money. You're spending $9. It's a big number on the football renovation. But why? You sell it out. You want to be the biggest stadium? Okay. Oh, okay. Get your money.
What does that win you?
Get your money. Well, no, it wins you the fact that you can say you have the biggest stadium and you have the most people. And they take pride in that. The whole we are thing. White out once a year. You get great Big Ten opponents in the building. Okay, great. But that's 8 home games.
Yeah.
Yes, 800,000 people find their way to that stadium a year. Are you telling me that you cannot put people in that really good basketball arena that you have? Can you do that? Because
they're telling you no. They've blocked off the 3rd level as far back as I can remember.
Yeah,
they put up the blackout curtains.
I don't even the student body finds its way to wrestling and women's volleyball. You can't get the same number of people to. There's not that much going on. And I'm sorry.
I've never been, so I'll take your word for it.
Oh, there's not that much going on. It's farmland. Like surrounding that university, it's farmland. They have a downtown that's half as good as Haymarket. Okay. Like it's very centralized and focused.
But at least it's easy to get to.
It's very it's very remote on purpose. And it is kind of Pennsylvania gray is its own thing, right? Like Sky gray Pennsylvania. When it looks cloudy like it does here, there's no real energy in the space. So yeah, I would hope that for the other Big Ten programs, because if you lined up Big Ten opponents and you say which Penn State team coming to PBA gives you the least level of excitement, it's Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
It's Penn State. Maryland always puts on a good show, even if they don't win.
Mm-hmm.
Rutgers always gives you NBA talent.
At least they're wearing red.
Well, but they give you NBA talent. I
Time
mean,
to time.
there's some dudes in there. It's Penn State.
I think that the conversation then, DP, is what does it mean to invest in a program, right? Because I think that the too simple definition is, hey, here's some money, go do what you want with it. I think that I'm okay with Pat Kraft saying $20 million is not a good investment for us. You know, that's fine. But I think precluding Penn State from ever getting to $20 million would be bad, right? Maybe you tell Coach Rhodes, hey, we scrounged together $10 million for you. That's what we can do.
$10 million over what period of time?
For this year. Let's just say it's 10.
Is that the total budget or is that coaching budget?
We'll say $10 million for players.
For players.
For players. Let's say we scrounge together $10 million for you to get players.
Basketball.
In basketball.
Sir, for $10 million in basketball, for $5 million in basketball, you're going to the tournament.
You would like to think. But the way of the world is these top basketball programs are blowing past the $20 million. We'll give you, we'll scrounge together half.
There's not that much talent, Austin Norman.
No, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Listen, as a high school coach, I can tell you there ain't that much talent. Now, if you're telling me you're going bargain shopping for antique and trying to find a gem, right, that somebody set up in some estate sale, okay, that's what college basketball has become. But if you can't find 8 dudes with $5 million, $10 million, let's have another conversation. What are we doing? Listen, you can't find right now in the state of Nebraska, if you take all the basketball players in the state, college players, that you need 2 rosters of 30 to fit Creighton and Nebraska. And you want depth and equal balance in both of those programs. But you take every player from the entire state. And then you said, we're going to give you both $10 million to build. Both of them better go to Sweet 16. Probably 32, but likely 16. Is that not?
I'm with you. I agree. That
$1 million a player? $1 million a player. How many players on the Nebraska roster currently would you consider to be $1 million players? $1 million. Real $1 million players.
2?
I think there's 1. If you said to, okay, I'm going to lean a little, but then are you telling me that you have 3 $750,000 a year guys? No, those are $500,000 a year guys. If you were playing at Utah Valley, you're not $1 million player this year.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. Yeah, Lenhart was not one that I considered.
Where did your other $1 million player come from?
Sanford and Frager.
Okay, so that's $2 million. You still got some money. You got money.
Yeah. You want to get $1 million production out of Lenhart, but you don't have to pay him that. You want to get $1 million production out of Kapke in his role, but you're not going to pay him that.
But you know why you don't have another $1 million dude in those roles? Because there aren't that many. There aren't that many. There's just not. If you tell me in college football, this is the thing. I spoke at Virginia, and I the top of my head almost popped off. Because if you tell me that the adults in the room, if you're giving me that kind of money, and then you're telling me that you're not setting a value for the program to the young man, that there's value for them playing at your school, in your conference against those opponents, because it's evidence, it shows resume that, quite frankly, against the best in the country, you belong, right? Which is what the next level of pro, whatever that is, shows. It's what we shows. We're watching Josiah Alec play in the Summer League. There's value of him in the Summer League. would he have ever have been $1 million player at Nebraska?
In terms of $1 million worth of production, I don't think so.
Sam Greasel. Like we can pick and choose. Like if you had said back in the day, Casey,
Derek Walker.
Walker, no. $1 million player?
Rank.
Rank, close. 7 foot, close.
I think Bryce Williams get there.
Bryce Williams, Bryce McGowan.
Does Juwan get there?
No. And I don't know what they paid them. I don't know. But what I would say now in the perspective that if they called Austin Norman and gave you $10 million to build a legitimate Power 4 basketball program that competed at the highest level with winning in mind, that the moment you said, listen, I'm going to pay everybody, I'm going to pay 12 players $750,000. I'm going to pay 3 players $1 million. Your practices got really good, didn't they?
One would think.
Your practices got really good. Your bench got really long. Depth, accountability, right? Talent, exposure. Reason to fight? More reason to fight? For $10 million, and you tell me you can't win a Power 4?
Can't you get to 500?
There's not that. I'm just telling you, there's not that many. Like, you can go through and tell me you're going to pull a player from Kearney who you swung and missed on. Or maybe you go to Omaha, right? Somebody, a fiddler that you swung and missed on the first time who proved worth. Fiddler being fiddler, that's the exception, not the rule. But how many players, $1 million players, have come out of state of Nebraska in the last 8 years? High school players.
So your top tier options, my mind
Salas,
first would go to Salas,
Chucky,
Hepburn,
right? And we don't give that freely.
No, John Tonje might have developed into one, but he wasn't that coming out.
Correct.
Wasn't that coming out?
Correct.
Then, I mean, are you thinking that London Dada from Westside gets there?
No.
I'm not. Frager.
Wasn't. Is.
Became.
Right.
Hoiberg.
No.
Throw him in the mix?
No. Not coming out of Pius 10. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Did he become that?
Did he become that? No. What's the standard is if you're talking about 15 points a game and that's 7 of something else?
That's the tricky part, is that, what's the standard for value? Yes.
Value.
Because Sam brought $1 million in value on and off the court. But in terms of pure on-court production, what are you paying for? That's a trickier conversation.
Would 5 Sam Hoibergs go to the Sweet 16?
Are 2 or 3 of these Sam Hoibergs 6'7" or taller?
No.
Then no.
Right.
I don't believe so.
That's like, we can legitimately look at and go, if I've got 7 Braden Fragers and Price Sanfords, I'm likely I'm in the grade 8, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, standard and value. But if you said Sam's a $500,000 guy, yeah. Starting point guards should. In Power 4 basketball, if you have a starting point guard in Power 4 basketball that isn't worth that, yikes.
Watch out.
Right? But that's only 60 starting point guards in the country.
Yeah.
The backup point guards, Sam, as a sophomore and a junior, wasn't getting that starting money.
No.
The depth isn't. I mean, look, we get caught up. There's some mental laziness going on. Remember that even in the Power 4, you're still missing on the VCUs. You're missing the James Madisons. You're missing some places where who have some real meat and potatoes for you to fill up on. But that's where the value of the administrators is. The coaches. Go and get the right players. Find the best 60 players that we can for the budget that we have. and then make it worthwhile for them.
Or set the boundary, right? Hey, guess what? You know what? Just because this program's doing that doesn't mean that's the truth. That's for them to do, right? We can't afford
Nebraska's not done what Michigan has done.
No.
It's not going to do what Ohio State's done.
No.
It does not have the value in numbers that it could.
I'm scrolling back through 24/7's rankings to try to answer your question a little bit more. So Dada is listed as a top 150 composite guy in the 27 class. He's going to Creighton. You
Top
have Frager.
150.
Yes. In terms of high school recruiting.
Checkmate.
Yes. So he's there. Frager in the 24 class. 23, Josiah Doetzler, who ends up at Creighton, and Bangot Dak, who was at Colorado for a couple of years out of Lincoln Southeast. That's 4 guys in 5 years out of the state of Nebraska that crack that.
And they're
that
not
list.
cracking at 1 million.
Certainly not coming out. I think Dak might be in that conversation. You had Isaac Trout. He went to Virginia, came back to Creighton.
What did you get return on investment?
Right now, nothing. Jason Green at Creighton, rotation guy, but not $1 million stud.
When I say it, you have to put it out loud that I understand that the number's the number, but the value is determined by the people in power.
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell me that you can't win, let's just say $5 million. If I said, okay, I have $5 million, I'm going to give my starters $500,000 and my second team $250,000, you're good, right? That's enough. Cale Jacobson at $250,000.
I'm here.
I don't understand. I don't understand where the difficulty is in being transparent and honest. That I don't know how many players would make themselves available at a level that we're talking about. It's just too much.
Then Corey and Lincoln says, we saw Nebraska make that decision with Bear K this offseason. They would have loved to have had him this season, but not for that price or value.
I don't know what he got. I don't know what he thought he was worth. Team leader, but like if you want to pay for leadership, you pay for Sam.
Right.
Right. You pay if you want to pay for leadership, you pay for Kale. I don't know.
My understanding is that Bear K was making about 1.2 over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Yeah, so about $600,000 a year. My understanding could be right, could be wrong.
Nope.
And wanted to boost from that. So Craig says freshman from Omaha, Burke, that'd be Amari Bynum or Brian, whichever one it was. Yeah, but wasn't first. I don't know why he didn't show up in those rankings. But yeah, Amari Bynum, but he's not there yet. He's not there yet. And he went to prep school anyway, so he left the state before he went to Ohio State.
Listen, coaches love Sam Hoiberg players, but you have to say value in doing what you're doing. You need role players. That's why the NBA, you got 4th and 5th best players making millions in the NBA. In the NBA, because those are the best college players who then have to fill a role in the NBA.
Scrapping, fighting, clawing, just to
and if you tell me one, I think it's a statement of truth. No college player should make more than a pro player.
Yeah, I think we're agreed.
What's the minimum for NBA players?
NBA minimum.
Because I'm a free thinker.
Let's see. And minimum for a rookie is 1.3 mil. Vet min is 3.8.
No college player should make more than an NBA pro.
I think it's a fair statement. I think it's fair.
There we go.
We'll be back. We got more of Old School coming up next. 93.7 The Ticket. TicketFM.com.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2026 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 22nd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
The growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating, is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future, one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The countdown is on. We are nearing Wordstock, the 4th annual Wordstock event put on by our good friends at Link to Literacy. Austin Norman VP here, and we're joined by a key volunteer, a longtime volunteer. Well, long time. It's been, 4 years. Neely Glasgow with us from Link to Literacy as a volunteer. Neely, welcome in. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. First and foremost, how'd you get hooked up with Link to Literacy?
So I have a good friend, Tiffany Hill, and she was on the board. I think it was the original board, and she recruited me. She knows I love to read, and she said, I've got something you'd love to do.
That's awesome.
Well, that board, Tiffany is amazing in what she's doing with the library. is big for Lincoln and literacy across the board. Wordstock as the event is an idea that's kind of seeds planted, and now we're getting to the fruitful portion of it, where it's grown. And this is a sizable event. Do we know how many books we think have been shared? Do we know?
You know, I have no idea on the number, but I do know the first year I collected books during like the month before, and I had a guest bedroom that had just, I mean, you couldn't walk in it because I had stacks, and that was just one section. So it's a lot of books.
What do we say to folks who are listening, who have books? Some are, books that their children have outgrown. Some are books that, quite frankly, the kids have left the house. What does the book look like that is being donated and for folks to be able to come and share?
So I primarily help in the setup time. So it's great. So I get to see all the books that are donated. And it's, I mean, every variety, every style you can think of. The kids really love coming in, getting a new book. And my only thing I guess I would say is if you're donating it, if it's something that you think someone would actually enjoy, if it's falling apart, probably not. But otherwise it's fun going back through your books and thinking about reading this to your kid, or this is something that they read in high school and you want someone else to get that joy out of that book too.
How fun is it then to watch those books get new ownership? Like the looks on the kids' faces when they find something that intrigues them.
Yes. And as people come in, the kids are super excited. The people in general, they're like, oh, I love this author, or, oh, you have to take this book. So it's fun hearing all the different recommendations. People are like, I have this book at home. You have to take this. It's really fun. Everybody can find something that they want to read.
Who are some of those authors or some of those books, whether from when you started reading, you said you enjoy reading, all the way up through today? Share some of those names, some of those series with people.
Yes. So I would say for kids, Dragon Loves Tacos, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, their Princess Black series. Then, the classics are always good, like Charlotte's Web. I still see, like, now they have the original Babysitters. They have graphic novels of the Babysitters Club. So there's all different versions that you can get. And then for adults, it's a pretty wide variety, I would say there. But, again, like there'll be like the horror classics with Stephen King or James Patterson. You'll get like 30 books in a mystery series that I'm like, oh, this has a cat knitting on every cover. So and there's like cookbooks and nonfiction and fiction. So there's a lot of different types.
I had somebody reach out before we took off for Chicago. We were talking about Wordstock. And the premise was, new to slightly worn books. We do want it to be of value to the young person or the new family that would own it. And he said, I've got some books and I would just I've been wondering what to do with them. What can I do with them? So what I know to be true, and again, I was scrambling this morning, but in my office, there is a delivery that I'm positive is sets of Dr. Seuss books that I'm going to give away at Wordstock. We're just going to have them sitting next to our table while we're there broadcasting. And it'll be some of the ones that we have the celebrity readers read that day, because I just think, for me, I'm of the age where those books were the things that drew your interest. Those are the things that poetically you can still remember, and kids tend to smile when they think of them. For folks that are out there, is it too late to donate books?
No. I am not 100% sure when the cutoff is for the business locations, but even on the day of event, there is plenty of books that are brought in. It's helpful if you're going to bring in like 30 books to come in either like maybe 30 minutes or right when the event starts, But if you're just bringing, a couple that you want to drop off, I don't think it's a big deal at all to do it during the event. I would have to go to either their Facebook or website to see where the drop-off locations are and when the cutoff date is.
There are 14 of them around town. I remember Kat saying that. So pretty much anywhere around town, you'll find one.
And you can always drop them off at the ticket. At any point, we certainly would be a satellite if that was ever needed. Folks are listening, and you have books in the house, you have books in your library, you have books in that guest room that, quite frankly, are sitting there unused. Drop them off.
Yeah, it's a good motivation to clean out some books, and then you can bring home some new ones.
And you don't even have to bring the books to take books. I always feel like there should be like a string. Like I have to pay how much to get into this event. You have to bring how many books. Is it 1-for-1 trade? You don't have to.
No.
Show up, find a book you think you might like, take it home and read it. You don't even have to do a trade. No pay or anything. Just show up and take books. Go read.
No,
That's
and
simple.
I do think that sometimes that is a hesitation for people. They think that if they didn't bring anything, because I think I even said swap. It's not a swap. It's just a community book sharing event, and we want them to be out in homes. And so come get books.
Yeah, it's also funny, and it brings a smile to my face watching the families, whether they come in with book bags, or they come in with backpacks, and then those special families that bring a wagon.
Yep.
Right. And the kids are there. And then here's what also happens for the adults out there. There are books for you.
Yes.
There are books for you. And it's a community of readers. So there's no shame. There's no guilt. Come get books. That's literally what it's for, to put them in the hands. It's Saturday, August 22nd. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The ticket will be there. We will broadcast. I know Todd Euler will be down there. I will be down there. Rudy Griss, the fourth, will be down there. Just the full. And then we're working on the list of celebrity readers who read to the kids and the grown-ups who may enjoy that as much as anybody. And if you haven't sat in front of Jay Foreman reading, yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. What else do we need to know? I mean, there are trucks, there's food trucks,
and they've moved to the bigger pavilion.
The pavilion is now the spot,
and it was definitely needed. We were really scrambling kind of for space, so I'm excited that people can shop for books, browse for books, without being so tight in there. So it just shows how much it's grown. Need that big of a space.
And it's a full day. I mean, it starts, we get there at 9. We trail out of there at 2, and any books that are still lingering, some people double back and get more books because they're like, oh, well, we got what we need. Now we can get what we want. Yes. Make a plan. Great food trucks. Great. I mean, there'll be coffee, there'll be barbecue. There's all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Neely, what is it that keeps you coming back to volunteering at Link to Literacy? Right? I know the friend connection got you into volunteering the first time. What do you appreciate about being a volunteer at Link to Literacy? What keeps you coming back year after year?
I love the community aspect of it. I think it's so important to give back to your community, build the village that you want to be there for you. And I think it's important for my kids to see, like, this is an event that I'm helping out with, and then they can come. And I really actually just love doing the setup. I love seeing all the different books. I love seeing the same volunteers coming back every year. It's something that you can easily talk books about with people. It just offers a point of connection right away. And I think that community events like this are just really important.
Is your volunteer roster full, or could you use some more hands?
I think you can always use more volunteers.
Loading those books in and out, volunteers.
Yeah.
Like we need, we do.
Yeah, I always help with the setup, but I assume that you need a lot. I think we're pretty good on the setup, but the cleanup, you do have books that aren't taken, and that always takes up a lot of time putting everything.
Yeah,
There you
big
go.
cars. If you have an SUV that we can put boxes of books in to take them to the location, drop off location. Again, the full thing. It's a free book exchange. as many new and as gently used books as you have or you want. Whatever the way that we define that, there'll be carnival games, hands-on fun. A lot of the
there's
nonprofit
teachers that come through and get books for their classrooms, and high school. So it doesn't need to be just children's books. So there's all ages of readers and teachers that are looking for books for their classroom.
And we've got a couple of our student athlete hosts that are going to come read. So we're looking forward to that as well.
Now we are August 22nd. It'll be Wordstock at Antelope Park. 10 to 2, I believe the time is officially.
10 to 1, but
10 to 1,
we're
10
going to
to
be there.
Yeah.
We're going to be there.
We're hanging out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nice day. We believe we're manifesting good weather, hang out at the park, read your book, all that
How
good
about
stuff.
that?
So,
How about that? Not the 900 degrees.
oh my gosh, like it is every other year. It's going to be great weather this year. Neely Glasgow volunteering with Link to Literacy. Thanks a ton for your time and telling us about Wordstock.
Thank you.
We'll be back to wrap up Old School right after this.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future, one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils. Hot, bold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in one final time to Old School for the day. Austin Norman DP with you. Big thanks to Neely for stopping by, telling you all about how you can volunteer at Wordstock coming up on August the 22nd again at Antelope Park, 10 to 1. Fourth year of the event. I know it's been a great time every year that we've been able to be out there. Hope you're able to join us this year. Would love to see you out there. Stop by the table, say hi, read a book, right? If you're like me, you always stand to do a little bit more of that. So even if it's a kid's book, just pick it up off the table, read it. And if you're not 8 years old, please leave the book for the 8-year-olds at the table, unless you have one at home. All appreciated. Still lots to get to here in the last segment, DP, but the lunchtime lineup, Tarek Skubal and Freddie Peralta debuting for their teams tonight. Obviously, Skubal, the big headline piece of the trade deadline. His rapid return from the loose bodies surgery that he had was pretty impressive. Freddie Peralta seems like he lost a lot in New York, but hey, there's a lot going wrong with the Mets this year. Not sure how much I blame him. I love Tampa making a move like that for a guy like Freddie Peralta, trying to buy low and still get a guy that as of, 4 months ago was a premium offseason acquisition.
Yeah, I mean, proper healing. People miss the calendar on baseball season. 162 games, you think there's just endless time. No, it is a confined space to get things done in that time. And if you are a pitcher and you've got 30 opportunities, you need those opportunities. You need you hate to miss those opportunities. And it's trying to fit those opportunities into your peak physical moments.
Yeah.
And there are very few peak moments.
Mm-hmm.
For pitchers, when you talk about, the long game of folks who go out there and throw, those 200 innings a year, and you go, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of work, getting 30 starts, getting 20 starts in the space, and then the meaningful starts.
Mm-hmm.
So pitchers specifically, it is important to watch recovery, to watch the calendar, to watch the timing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't push, don't force, just don't. It never ends well if the calendar isn't right when it comes to recovery for pitchers. Get it done. Don't let change of location affect you either.
Yeah.
Either you're ready or you're not, no matter where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing for Major League Baseball.
In the NFL, got some news earlier this morning. Bijan Robinson, 3-year extension, $75 million, 51 of it guaranteed, making him the highest paid running back in NFL history. Average annual salary then of $22.25 million, taking him past Saquon Barkley at $20.6 million, resetting the market.
Why?
Because Atlanta really likes him.
Why? Is Atlanta doing Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl things?
They have not reached the Super Bowl since 2016, and it's been kind of a mess since then. But they're paying a running back.
Where would you put him in the NFC? Not let alone NFL. NFC.
I still take Saquon. If health is the conversation, it becomes to me a conversation with Christian McCaffrey, who's still up there. I like Jahmyr Gibbs. Jay was talking yesterday, though, with Montgomery gone, how much of that was thunder and lightning, and will Gibbs still be good? Trying to scroll through some guys. Is he better than Josh Jacobs? Probably. Certainly not as accomplished as Alvin Kamara, but might be better right now. Same sort of thing goes for Aaron Jones. Who's the Rams starter? Kyron Williams. I'd probably take Bijan over him. I mean, I would say he's top 5 in the NFC comfortably. Top 3 probably.
What does it say about your organization or your team that the runner is the big payday person on your roster? What does it say?
Tells you didn't get quarterback figured out.
Well, the NFL will tell you that this is a quarterback league.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL will tell you that you need a silverback at left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL will tell you that you need a space-eating edge that pushes sacks at a high volume and rate. The NFL tells you you need a top 10 safety to win playoff games. You need a top 5 corner to match up against the elite receivers, and you need a meat grinder of a linebacker that just eats up tackles and cleans up messes. And if you tell me that you're spending your money, and I'm okay if you tell me you're giving it to Derrick Henry because he's going to touch the ball 26 times a game, okay. Bijan's going to touch it 30 times a game. Fair. Is that going to make Atlanta elite? Is that going to make Atlanta good?
They're hoping it will.
Okay.
Do I think it will? We'll see.
Okay.
To your point, the active roster cap table for Atlanta, their highest paid player plays what position do you think, DP? He's still higher paid than Bijan Robinson, by the way.
Yeah, I would imagine edge.
Offensive guard.
Boy, you've just...
The Falcons are paying Chris Lindstrom $26.25 million this year. Their second highest paid player, guess what position he plays?
Tackle.
Safety. Jesse
They're
Bates
all
III.
over the place. They deserve everything that happens in Atlanta.
Now, their third highest player, paid players,
Is
Bijan Robinson at $22.25. Then you go to Jake Matthews, 34-year-old left tackle, making $16.7.
And you spent all this money on talent, and you gave the ball to Michael Penix.
Mm-hmm. Who, by the way, is now the 8th highest paid player on the team, making $6 million. If he's
and
healthy.
that's a lot because he still has to earn that $6 million. He has to play
rookie scale.
He has to play up to $6 million, and then we'll reset the scale or drop the scale. One of the two.
Yeah. No edge rushers in that entire top group, DP, because
That's why you're the Atlanta Falcons.
Guard, safety, left tackle, corner, linebacker, Divine Diablo making just shy of $9 million a year. Drake London got his extension, but was playing at
what's the tight end getting?
The highest paid tight end on the roster, Charlie Werner, $5.75 million.
And you gave away a generational tight end.
So Pitts is still there. He's listed at $4.6 million at this point.
What are we doing? How much somebody, come on, Atlanta.
Will they win the division
Really?
with that, DP?
No, they will not. Gee whiz, man.
Well, we can go through the division too.
Yeah.
Let me open up all of these team by team here. So give me just a moment. Well, we'll go to Carolina next because they pop up next alphabetically. So for Carolina, if it would load for me, NFC South. Okay, got our last team here. Carolina, their top 8 highest paid players. How about this? Offensive guard and safety, just like Atlanta. Right tackle, defensive lineman, left tackle, guard, quarterback, and defensive line.
Yeah, I mean, build at the core. Mind you, the Panthers won the division last year.
People forget.
The Panthers won the division last year. They didn't win it impressively. They're still not a 500 team, but
they won it.
They won it.
That's not nothing.
What was everybody else doing?
New Orleans, Alvin Kamara, highest paid player at running back. Then here we go again. A guard at $14 million. Center, edge, wide receiver, edge, tight end, and defensive line in the top 8. And then for Tampa, it's quarterback Baker Mayfield, left tackle Tristan Wirfs, wide receiver Chris Godwin, safety, defensive line, edge, and guard.
That I at least wrap my brain on and understand, but everybody knows their worth, who does what for them, and what they're going to ask them to do for them. What are the Eagles?
The EGGLES
Eagles
are, let's see here. Okay. Quarterback, right tackle, left tackle, wide receiver, tight end, running back, guard, defensive line.
Sir.
Hurts, Johnson, Mailata, Smith, Goddard, Barkley, Dickerson, Carter.
Where's Cam Jurgens? Where's the Pro Bowl center at?
Cam Jurgens is the 11th highest paid player on the team. He would then trail Zach Bond and Jonathan Greenard in line.
You understand. you identify who you are and how you're going to win your games. Guards are run based, tackles are pass based, right? Because you need to protect the golden boy. Running game, I need give me a big thumper and a guard to run behind, guard center that I can run behind. Ideally, you like to run behind left tackles, but quite frankly, left tackles running behind left tackles in the NFL lets all them stalkers, them predators on defense get there. It's hard for them to all get to the A and B gap.
May I interest you in what the Commanders and the Colts are doing with their top eight?
Go ahead. It's cloudy out. Sure.
Commanders, defensive line, guard, wide receiver, defensive line, edge, left tackle, linebacker.
It will be right when the offensive linemen are at the top of this thing.
Colts, defensive line, offensive guard, corner, quarterback, running back, safety, defensive line, and quarterback.
So weird. They're so weird.
Tell me about it.
Them's your people.
Them is my people.
Them's your people.
As much as I try to foist them off on others, it hasn't worked yet. So they are my people and Eric's people, I suppose. I'm dragging Eric into this because he's a Colts fan as well. DP, appreciate you jumping in on short notice.
No worries.
Thanks as always
For having me.
We will keep the old school train rolling 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Appreciate everyone along for the ride. Speaking of, you can have a smooth ride with Graham Tire Company, proudly serving the Midwest for 75 years. They're more than just tires. They do all kinds of car and light truck repairs, too, from brakes to oil changes. Trust Graham Tire for service you can count on. It's Graham Tire, getting you to the places that matter most. Stick with us. We got more coming up right after this. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, bold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future, one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org.